Once again, good morning from the Oklahoman's video studio. Dave Morris here, alongside our friends from the culinary scene and the regional food bank, here to talk about worthy efforts happening all month long and something special coming up next month. Angie Dawes from Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma, great to see you again as always.
Thanks for having us on.
And for bringing in your friends, Charlie Brown, Jersey Mike's, and Chef Rob Johnson from U.S. Foods, who has brought these three delicious looking items in front of us. Good morning to everybody, and thanks for being here. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Angie, lots of talk in the news these days of teachers perhaps walking out, and the kids, the students, and the needs that are certainly in front of them with food. What are you guys seeing these days, and how are you guys helping out?
Well, right now we're working on a plan to help students and families with school-age children who may be impacted by the anticipated walkout. We're working on a few different things. One is identifying the gaps in need for food. So we're working with different school districts, seeing which schools are going to have food available for the children, which ones aren't. And we're also ramping up our partner agencies to help. And then we have an on-site kitchen called Hope's Kitchen at the Food Bank. It serves meals for children, and we're ramping up those numbers.
Well, let's chat about how people can help out. And I know all of you are certainly involved in various ways, and we'll get into that in a second, but how can people help out with the Regional Food Bank?
Well, a great way to help out is to visit regionalfoodbank.org and make a donation firstly. Every dollar donated is going to provide 4 meals. And speaking of children, last year we served 44,000 children through our Food for Kids programs. And that's why Charlie Brown is here to talk about Month of Giving and why Chef Rob's here to talk about Chef's Feast. Both of these events help our Food for Kids programs.
Well, that's the perfect segue over to you, Charlie, with Jersey Mike's and the Month of Giving.
Well, thank you for having us first, because we can't do this without your help and without the help of the people of Oklahoma, who are great. I mean, they really come through for us very often. So we're doing what we call our Month of Giving. Every year, the month of March, Jersey Mike's donates to local charities around the country. Last year, we donated $5.5 million nationally, and I believe we raised about a little over $100,000 here in Oklahoma. For local charities. Here in Oklahoma City, we like to use the Regional Food Bank first. They're great partners. They do a really worthy cause. And the Food for Kids programs, we just really love helping out the kids. They're so often just, they're just kids. And anything we can do to make a tough life easier for them,
sure,
it really, touches our heart.
So anyone can go to a participating Jersey Mike's location here in Oklahoma City, around the state, and give a donation.
Absolutely. Throughout the month, we're collecting donations. Anytime anybody comes in and gives a donation, when they come in and give us $1, we're going to give them a $1 off coupon for their next visit. So they'll get their value back. If they donate more, we'll give them coupons worth a little more value. So they get their value back. But the big thing is our day of giving. Wednesday, March 28th, 100% of sales. So every dollar that comes in the door goes to the food bank.
That is a very generous offer, in a way that people can certainly help out. Next Wednesday, March 28th, 100%.
100%. Like I said, every dollar that comes in will go to the food bank. So we encourage everybody to show up. We want to be busy. We're going to be there. We're going to have the food there. We're going to be working already. Show up. Let us make you lunch. While you're eating a great lunch, the money that you pay for that sandwich, all of that is going to go to help feed hungry kids in Oklahoma.
Wow, that's quite a deal. Angie, tell us more about Food for Kids, that program.
So we have a few programs under our Food for Kids umbrella. The first one's the backpack program. That's where chronically hungry elementary school children get a backpack full of food over the weekend. Another program is our school pantry program in middle and high schools, where there's a pantry on site and students are able to get the food that they need. One story that I always think about with our school pantry program was a student where he was going to have to drop out of high school because he needed to help his family. They needed food. But because of the school pantry program, he was able to help provide food for himself, and he graduated. And that's really one of our success stories. We have so many because of the Food for Kids program, because of our great partners like Jersey Mike's, because of Chef's Feast, the wonderful chefs, and really the community. With Jersey Mike's, the first year I think we raised about $20,000, and last year in the Metro was about $70,000.
Well done, Jersey Mike's.
And that's because Jersey Mike's is a great partner, but also because of everyone watching right now. Making sure to go to Jersey Mike's for lunch and for dinner. I know that we do twice a day in my house, and my kid loves it, and my husband loves it. So I know, it's great. Everyone has a favorite sub. Also with our Food for Kids programs, we have a kitchen on site called Hope's Kitchen that prepares meals for our Kids Cafe program. and that's an after-school program where kids get a meal after school and tutoring, and it's a great program. And again, like I said, 44,000 students last year were served by our Food for Kids programs, and over the last 5 years, we've seen about a 70% increase in the number of children we've been serving.
Wow.
And that's why both of these are so important.
None of us like to be hangry, you know. It just affects how you live your life, and certainly kids and students should never be in that situation.
Absolutely.
All right, so we mentioned that the month of giving at Jersey Mike's happening all month long in the month of March, and then next Wednesday, 100% of the proceeds goes towards the Food for Kids and the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. However, as we mentioned off the top, there is another special event. Is this the 31st year?
Yes, yes.
Of Chef's Feast.
Yeah, it's an amazing culinary event that, you know, all the proceeds go back to the programs. And you know, from a chef's perspective, it really kind of lets these chefs kind of show off and kind of lets the public lets them see what they do in their restaurants every day, but in one setting, and be able to give those monies back to the program. So it's really a neat event. So.
It is coming up Tuesday, April the 10th. I believe this is some B-roll from previous events. Tuesday, April 10th, the National Cowboy Western and Heritage Museum. We were chatting before we got started. You are a man of passion. You like this scene and helping people out through their stomachs.
I do. You know, these chefs that donate their time and they come in and they do this. They do this because not only they love what they do and they love the food that they produce, but, you know, giving back to our community and giving back to these kids that are in need. You know, me personally, I've been involved in it for about 7 years now, and I first started off because my wife works for an elementary school in Edmond, and she actually helps coordinate the backpacks to the children in need every week. And to hear the stories that she comes home and tells me about how heartbreaking it is, you know, it's an absolute need for us to kind of give back to our Oklahoma. You know, we are Oklahoma strong, you know. So, you know, to get involved in this event, you know, a few years back, it's fun. You know, we get, you know, there's a lot of camaraderie with the chefs that come together to do this thing. But, you know, in the end, the purpose of why we do it is so much bigger.
People can still get involved and tickets are available as well?
Absolutely. I believe we only have about 200 tickets left.
Going
and you can go
fast.
to chefsfeast.org and pick up a ticket. We have right now about 18 or 19 coordinating chefs that are involved. We do have a couple more slots, so if you're watching and you've never been involved in Chef's Feast and this is something that you're interested in doing, please get in touch with myself or Angie at the Food Bank, and we'll be more than glad to have you on and participate in the event.
Fantastic. You guys cannot participate in the aroma that is coming up off the desk right now, but these smell fantastic. What are we looking at here?
So we ask all the chefs to create tasting portions. Obviously, these aren't tasting portions, but you know, we
seems like a pretty good portion to me.
We wanted to go a little bigger, so you kind of see. This is one of the dishes that myself and my partner Chef Elizabeth Howe, she's with U.S. Foods as well. She and I are doing this event together, and this is a creation that she came up with. This is a chocolate cola muffin with brown butter, frosting, a little candied orange on the top. But you know, the theme is Kentucky Derby. Okay. So you think of Kentucky Derby, I think Kentucky bourbon. So we're gonna make a little surprise for inside. So, but you have to come to the event. So get your ticket and come to the event to kind of check out what that special surprise is.
Well done, well done. All right, in closing, Angie, anything we need to know or remind people about of how they can help out in the needs, especially right now with what's going on?
Well, again, get your tickets at chefsfeast.org. Visit Jersey Mike's, especially on the 28th when it's 100% of proceeds go to the food bank. And just another plug for Chef's Feast, a really great thing about that is, you know, as Chef Rob said, we have about 20 restaurants right now, and each restaurant does 3 different samplings. Yep. So there are a whole lot of different restaurants that are popping up all over Oklahoma City. And if you haven't had a chance to visit, you know, check out chefsfeast.org for that list of restaurants. We've got, you know, good egg restaurants like the Drake that's going to be there. We have McNeil's Catering. We have Silk's Restaurant, Cam's Cookery. A lot of favorites are going to be there, but it's really great because you get to try about 75 different items, and so it's one of the biggest food tasting events in the metro area.
Yeah, don't eat lunch that day.
It's a lot to coordinate. All right. Guys, thanks so much for stopping in. Much appreciated. Charlie Brown, Jersey Mike's, again, go see them all month long for a donation, and Wednesday for 100% of the proceeds helping out the Food for Kids, the Regional Food Bank. Angie Doss from the Regional Food Bank. I know you guys are busy and do a fantastic job. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Chef Rob Johnson from
Thank
U.S.
you.
Foods, which is involved in just about everything these days.
It is. We are.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.